This is Michael Kelly. We're back at the Buckham Fine Arts Gallery in downtown Flint with the cast of Helter Shelter, which is a production by Flint playwright Betty Chappell. We're talking with Suzanne Holmes. Suzanne, tell us a little bit about how you became involved with the production.
Well, it all began about 2 years ago this coming October when Betty had requested that Buckham Theater do a read-through of her play with improv actors. And because at that time I was a member of the Back Alley Players, the people in the group, and myself included, sat one evening and read through the script, which was the first time Betty had ever heard her play read aloud. And then we had some dialogue with her afterwards, and those who were there to observe gave some feedback in terms of directions in which they thought the play ought to go to be further developed. And then a year ago, in June, as someone else, Teen, mentioned, I participated in the workshop when Cheryl Giannini and Mary Pat Gleason came from Los Angeles and New York City to help further develop the script. And so I came at it sort of from the ground up, not as far back as Betty, because she's been working on this project for 7 years, but for almost 2 years I've been following its development, and I've been very interested to watch it take shape.
Tell me about your character.
My character is Judy. It's a rather small part, which appears at the end of Act 1. She has her counterpart probably in both Richard's character and in Henry's, in the sense that she's a violent woman, and they are the two violent males in the show. She speaks one great truth, though, I think, in terms of the development of the storyline, and that is she says something to Sister Kathleen, who is refusing to provide her with something for her pain because she's menstruating and has terrible cramps. She says, what kind of a lousy woman's place is this that don't have any woman's supplies? And I think for Betty at that period in time, I think she was very aware that because of the limited funding for shelters for women, that women weren't getting even the necessary gauze for bandages. Mm-hmm. I mean, the shelter was a bandage for people, but it didn't have even all the equipment to do the bandaging that it needed to do. Anyway, that's Judy. She steals a butcher knife. Maya, the director, had very specific ideas about who this character was and what her background was. She did not want me to talk to Betty about the Judy in real life. Basically, my character is a middle-aged woman. I made the decision that she'd never been married, that she was abused as a young girl. She basically roams the streets, sleeps around with men, tries to get money for drugs, and for people who have seen the show, you may have noticed I've got big track marks on the back of my legs from shooting up drugs. So I'm the real low side of life. And I know Teen wants to speak to the matter of self-esteem. I think that the violence that this character exhibits is a direct product of her just not having received the nurturing that she needed as a young woman. And when the character of Sarah in the play offers her a pill, I've made the choice that I'm not sure she wants to take it, because there are not too many nice people I've known in my life. Mm-hmm. And so lashing out is the way to survive.
Mm-hmm. To fight for your own space.
That's right.
Richard, what was your character's cause for being so violent?
I'm the generic man at the door. The director asked me at one point if man wanted a name, and I said no, I wanted to stay black and white generic. Betty met me a year ago, roughly, and in the first 5 minutes she just said to me suddenly, I have a part for you, I think, and I'd like to keep in contact with you. And so a year later, just a month and a half ago, she reached me and I auditioned for Man at the Door. The part is 8 little lines consisting of things like, where's that? And you're here, ain't you? And in those 8 lines, I'm asked to convey the true threat that's out there in the street, just outside the convent walls. And I'm also to convey that I'm quite ill, that I'm very, very hungry, that I've been messed around and pushed around by institutions. I'm street smart. I'll wheedle, and I finally get very, very violent and actually attack Virginia, who has the main role, but am pushed away by the ever-present Rose, the security guard. I believe that, you know, of all the quotations that I remember, the one that is most relevant, I think, for me within this play is a line in Asturias' El Señor Presidente that was written. He's a Nobel Prize winner from South America, written in 1948, published in 1948. And the line the book is about the definitive work on the South American dictator. And the line is, and they all saw things that they didn't want to see. And I think that here we break through the defenses that all of us out on the street have to erect in order to get through the day when we see the pain out there. We break through that in here and show the people in the audience and ourselves what it's like and how very, very desperate it truly is.